Bigger Than Us, by Fern Cotton. This summary is brought to you by Hook My Book. This book is about how big life is, and how we can find purpose and meaning in it by looking at its hugeness. It's about getting under the itchy clothes of life, getting curious and cultivating the willingness to see life in its full, colorful, and bold beauty. The author talks about her unusual experiences, including some that are scary or bizarre, and how they've affected her life. She also talks about how spirituality can be for everyone, no matter where they come from or what they believe. Love. Love is a powerful emotion that is often misunderstood. It is the driving force behind all life, and can be found in many different forms. Love is always there for us, no matter what distractions we may face. It is the light that guides us through our darkest times, and is the most fulfilling feeling in the world. The author recommends practicing shamanism to become a more lovely person. It is a spiritual practice that helps people connect with nature, spirits, community, and themselves. It is said to have originated in Siberia, but it is practiced throughout the world. Shamans use a variety of skills, including psychic ability, energy work, and sound bowls, to heal physical, emotional, and mental pain. Their work is tied to the power of the land and nature, and it is often a direct communication with spirit, energy, and psychic ability. Don't let mistakes hold you back. Although our 20s were full of fun and adventure, they were also full of mistakes and struggles. We may have been young and full of confidence, but we didn't always know what we were doing. We may have put our self-worth and happiness in other people's hands, and we may have made a lot of mistakes. But we've learned a lot and grown a lot. We're more confident and wiser now, and we're not going to let our past mistakes hold us back. We're going to be ourselves and be happy. The Buddhist concept of letting go. When we are struggling, it can be helpful to recognize that we are not alone and to find a place of comfort where we can be open to the pain and grief. This may be a loved one, a therapist, or a nature spot. In the moment, we need to allow ourselves to be completely open, without judging or trying to fix or control the situation. Both spirituality and wellness have a lot in common. They both emphasize the importance of balance, mindfulness, and living in the present moment. If people can connect with their spirituality, they can better understand themselves and their well-being. Meditation. There are many benefits to meditation, but one of the most important is that it can help you to clear your mind and focus on your emotions. When you can do this, you can begin to understand and manage them better. The main reason why many people do not meditate is that they do not believe it will help them. Meditation is not a quick fix and it takes time and effort to learn how to do it well. You should not expect to be able to meditate for 5 minutes a day and be fine. If you are not patient, you will not be able to learn how to meditate effectively. Meditation can be something as simple as focusing on your breath, or as complex as sound healing. Sound meditation can be done with music, or sounds that have a calming effect. Sound meditation is a practice where people listen to certain sounds to help them relax and distress. It is often referred to as a sound bath, because when sound is shared, we are bathing our bodies in it as we would bathe in bathwater. There are many benefits to sound meditation, including aiding the body's natural ability to heal, regulating breathing, brainwaves, and heart rate, and producing a sense of calm and well-being. The author describes how she has started to meditate more regularly, and how it has helped her to calm and focus her mind. She explains that when she meditates, she listens to her inner voices and allows herself to forgive and compassionately understand her ego. The author explains that while all of us have a mix of spiritual and ego aspects, some of us have a louder ego. Depression and its cure. Depression can be a really quick, intense, and confusing experience. It can feel like your luck has run out, that you're out of control, and that the future is always bad. It can be hard to get out of that mindset and start to focus on love and gratitude again. When you're depressed, it's easy to focus on negative thoughts and beliefs. These thoughts make you feel terrible and hopeless, and they keep you from feeling happy and in control. One way to start recovering from depression is to focus on love and gratitude. This can help you start to feel better emotionally and believe that you can get through anything. It can also be helpful to recognize and acknowledge your positive thoughts and experiences. This can help you to feel more in control and positive about your life. It can take a lot of effort and patience to overcome depression, but with the help of love and gratitude, it is possible. Someone's negative thoughts about themselves often keep them from achieving their goals. These thoughts can become so habitual that they become fact. To change these thoughts, the person must first recognize them and understand their root source. After that, they can begin to question and challenge these thoughts, replacing them with more positive, empowering thoughts. It is important to figure out what you want in life, but sometimes it's hard to remember what you used to enjoy. After having kids, the author found herself confused and busy with her new role. She lost a sense of who she was, but eventually found happiness when she embraced her job and focused on her desired emotions. Combining nostalgia with imagination and mindfulness could help you achieve your goals. Awareness. The author says that most of the time, we walk around with our heads down and our minds focused on the future, instead of paying attention to what's around us. We often walk without paying attention to the environment around us, or we might be walking at a slow pace because we're too focused on our phones. We're also prone to making decisions without really thinking about the consequences of our actions, because we're so distracted. Awareness is important, because it allows us to have a better understanding of our emotions and the decisions we make. It can be difficult to be aware, because it takes effort to focus on our own life instead of being absorbed by the world around us. However, if we're willing to invest in our awareness, it can lead to significant changes in our life. Energy. In the modern world, we rely on evidence to believe in things. We say, if we can't see energy, how can we know it exists? The power of energy is invisible to the eye, but it's powerful enough to move the oceans. The author discusses energy not dying in the context of human death, and our energy still exists after our human body dies. Energy is everywhere and can't be confined. It connects the dots of life, moves mountains, and allows us to think big. Communication. The author discusses how people communicate with the world around them and how we often take things for granted. She talks about how we should be respectful of life and the world around us and how we should be aware of how we are communicating with the world. She talks about how we should put down our phones and interact with the world in a more meaningful way. Prayer is the act of asking for help from a higher power. When we pray, we surrender control over our situation to the higher power. Sometimes the outcome of our prayer is what we want, and sometimes it's not. The important part is that we are surrendering to something bigger than ourselves. This something bigger might not even be alive, it might be in us. The important part is that we are accepting that whatever the outcome, it's the one we are supposed to receive. Prayer is a way of connecting with a higher power or a universal force. People often pray for different reasons, such as asking for help during difficult times or thanking God for blessings. People can pray in different ways, such as silently or aloud. Some people feel more comfortable praying when they are alone, while others feel more comfortable praying with others. Prayer can be a helpful way to connect with a higher power and to reflect on blessings in life. The author tells the story of how, during the 90s, she experienced many signs that led her to believe that the universe was trying to communicate with her. These signs ranged from things that happened to her in her own life, such as her dog Wilf dying, to things that she observed in the world around her, such as people painting their portraits on the floor instead of on the wall. She believes that, if we pay attention to the signs that the universe sends us, we can navigate our lives more effectively and find comfort in moments of sadness. Finally, the author describes how we can connect with the world and universe around us by using different forms of art, such as music, poetry, and painting. She describes how art can take us away from the moment and our busy head of ideas and worries, and connect us with something deeper and truer. End of the summary. Thanks for listening.